Welcome back to the Morning Blend, where it is a Phase Fashion Friday. The weather outside is starting to feel like fall, that's for sure. So we decided it was the perfect time to talk about spring fashion. What?
That's
Is that wrong? Is that a typo?
It's not. Faye Wetzel just returned from the spring fashion shows, so she knows all the trends that will carry you through from fall, saving you money, right?
I like that.
Isn't that important?
It is important because you don't want to go and spend stuff now that's just going to be out in 2-3 months. Good to
And
see you.
I'm always really curious about that. When I go to the spring shows, I'm like, okay, the fall stuff is barely in the store.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, okay, what's going to carry through into spring?
Yeah.
And I think it's really important for our customers and our viewers.
Is that hard? I would think that would be the hard part of your job is we're just starting fall and then we're going to have winter and you're already thinking spring.
Molly, the only thing I hate about my business
Is a sale?
well, I guess there are two things. You're absolutely right. But the other only thing that I hate about my business is that I'm never in the moment.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I truly have to think, what month is this?
Yeah.
Like, I truly have to think that. So,
Yeah.
I get that.
Kinda
That's
difficult.
interesting.
Well,
Kinda
let's get to
difficult.
where
Okay,
we can
let's
save
get-
our
all
money
right.
by buying things now that are going to last us through spring. And the first one is shoulder interest and midi length.
Okay. I keep waiting for this shoulder thing to go away. I like it a lot.
Yeah?
I think it's fun and it was fresh and it was new and I keep waiting for it to go away because I thought it was quite trendy.
Yeah.
It's going nowhere.
So off the shoulder, cold shoulder, open
One shoulder, asymmetrical shoulder. Kind of what we're seeing a whole lot of for fall is more that kind of peasant thing. So it's
Yeah.
really off the shoulder and then the ruffle here.
Right.
We're seeing a lot of that. I think that's a little more difficult to wear than like a cold shoulder. But I'm very surprised that this trend is holding on.
Yeah.
And you don't have to have perfect shoulders. I've seen people who, because, I was like, oh, you have to have the really, sculpted. And you can find a shape or a cut or something that flatters probably almost anyone.
And it's age appropriate because the shoulders are the last to go.
Okay. There we go. I like that.
That helps.
It's tough, though, because I feel like, that can sometimes add bulk. So I feel like it's you got to think about athleisure. This is a big one.
Athleisure trend, huge.
I love this.
Do you?
It's so
Yes.
comfy.
Yes.
Yeah.
It makes me happy.
Yeah.
And we're not talking here about Lululemon on the street. I
Right.
mean, that's not what we're talking about. That's kind of gym clothes that sometimes end up on the street. We're talking about true athleisure, that some of this you can even wear to the office, depending on what your job is. And part of this, too, as you'll see, is this whole kind of bomber trend. There's a huge trend in bomber jackets.
Okay.
And so that's something that's been around for a while, too, but I'm really seeing that come on strong.
Okay.
What about florals?
Well, see, see, Molly, I love how you pay attention. Yes.
I'm so
You pay attention.
on trend.
But we have talked, yes, Molly, absolutely. But we have talked
Nailed it.
about how florals have always been for spring and summer.
Yeah.
And now florals and botanicals are huge for fall and winter.
I've seen botanicals, like the kind of like jungle or ferns.
Vine print. We call them vine prints. Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
Kind of
That
cool.
non-deliberate pattern play, all that stuff is still in.
Yes, and interest on the bottom.
Okay.
Huge deal. And the pattern play in it, as you can see, this is very non-deliberate. This isn't even staying in the same color family. We got stripes with florals here. So.
All right.
That's wild.
I have an
need
interesting
help with
bottom,
that.
so. Okay. Lace up. What's that mean?
So you can see she's got lace on her top. So that whole thing about bows that
Yeah.
we're seeing for fall and winter, anything that laces up, anything sort of corsety, anything that's got kind of strings hanging, that's a big deal. But anything with lacing, and I think that's a pretty easy trend to understand, right?
Yeah.
You mentioned bomber, like the bomber jacket is in, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And we've kind of had some reticence. Here's another bomber.
Oh.
And there's your vine print.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
A little
Okay.
combo.
Oh, thank you very much. She's got a little front.
There's
Joe
your
got
water
her a little
for her.
water for
She's
the
a little frog in her
coffee.
throat.
So the bomber jacket, and I'll tell you that this is something that in the past we've found customers a little bit reticent to embrace. And I think sometimes it's where it hits. So sometimes if it hits really low on your hip, then it makes you look a little bit fuller.
Yeah,
So as you'll
because
see,
it rounds you.
this one is a little bit cropped.
Yeah,
So I
okay.
like that, and also a little bit shaped.
Yeah.
So think about that when you're thinking about a bomber.
Okay, that's good. The botanical prints you mentioned, tassels, fringe, leather, embroidery, and embellishment. I've seen even all the embroidery on jeans.
all this.
I don't know
Coming
if I'm a
back.
fan.
Really?
But I've seen some that are really cute, but it's got to be done well.
I remember that from the 60s. I mean, I wore it in the 60s.
Yeah.
And also patches, like patches on jeans, patches on jackets, patches on bombers. But again, I think what's interesting here about the fringe is another thing that I thought might go away after a couple of seasons. Oh, baby, that is not the truth.
Oh, baby.
Yeah. And fringe, you know, fringe has kind of taken the tassels.
Yeah.
So again, anything that's kind of hanging in selvage edge.
Okay.
What about the new denim jacket?
Oh, Molly, you know what?
waiting.
And you know, I had to edit. Your people called and said, Faye, we can't have all those pictures. You need to edit. So I was going to toss this one out, and then I thought, I can't. I'm sitting with Molly. I can't.
Molly's people said no, keep it.
Molly's people.
Molly's people.
Well, it's
That's
funny
right.
because I don't wear as much to work as I used to because my boss was even like too much.
Yeah.
Too
But
many jackets.
I like that there's a
Leather jackets.
reinvention.
So
whenever
why
you're
don't you
here.
explain this one? You see the difference because you are, of course, you're the authority on denim jackets.
Denim
So
jacket
tell us
expert.
what's different
Well,
here.
so this one's got some embellishment on it, right? A little embroidery, but it's also a little bit distressed.
Yes.
And it's kind of a different shape. It's not the traditional cut of a
This
denim
one is
jacket.
more like a blazer.
Yeah.
But even in your traditional denim jacket silhouette, you see that sort of distressed, destroyed, selvage edge kind of thing going on. And yes, the embellishment, you know, and take a brooch out of your jewelry box, put it on your denim jacket, brings
And
it
you're
into the
in.
season.
Oh, cute. Okay,
How about a
I love
patch?
that.
And a patch,
There you go.
absolutely.
Go back to your Girl Scout vest
Yep.
and pull
Yep.
off those patches.
Get
That's
it
a
out.
really good idea.
All right, FayeIs123.com where you can learn more. Stop in Easttown Square on Mequon Road or Galleria West on Blue Mound Road.
I'm going to get one patch that says shop local, and my other patch is going to say peace on earth.
Peace on earth.
For
And
Faye.
I'm going to get one that's a queen, that has a crown.
Yeah, nice.
Like a queen.
in.
I want that too.
Tip
I have one of those for you.
Do you? Okay.
got
Bring
it.
it on. Bring it on.
Thanks, Faye. Great to see you.